right, so today we're going to be looking into something pretty wild. You guys want to know more about the Trump family and their ventures into crypto. And let me tell you, it's a wild ride. It's January 2025, and Trump is about to be inaugurated again. But this time he's added a little twist. He's got his own cryptocurrency, the Trump MP coin.
I think what's really crazy is that it's not just that a sitting president's launching a meme coin, but the speed at which it was successful is just. We're talking like a $9.2 billion market cap. In just 48 hours, that's unheard of, even in the world of crypto, which is,
Known for being volatile.
right. Like the internet collectively decided, hey, we need a digital McClatty hat, and we need it now. But it's more than just, internet hype. This is the Trump MP coin. It comes with a built-in loyalty program. So you hold the coin and you get perks like live streams of Trump rallies, discounts on Trump merchandise. It's like a digital fan club, but with like financial incentives. Yeah. It's really interesting. I mean, this isn't just about investing. It's about like tapping into that fierce loyalty, and that sense of belonging that defines the Trump base. It's really brilliant marketing, turning a political movement into a financial ecosystem.
Okay, so before we get too deep into the strategy here, let's kind of break this down a little bit for our listener. So we're dealing with a meme coin here,
Yeah.
which is different from, say, Bitcoin. So what's the deal with meme coins?
So imagine Bitcoin as like a well-established city with infrastructure, utilities, like a whole system built around it. Meme coins are more like pop-up shops in that city. They're driven by trends, online communities, and yes, memes. Their value is often tied to social buzz rather than underlying technology or utility.
So it's kind of like the internet saying, this thing is valuable because we say it is.
Yeah.
And that collective belief that shared enthusiasm actually drives the price up.
Exactly. It's a fascinating phenomenon. And in the case of Trumpy, it seems to be working incredibly well. But that raises a whole other set of questions, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Like, is it even ethical for a president or a president-elect, for that matter, to be profiting from something like this? I mean, it really blurs the lines between public service and personal gain, right?
It certainly does. And this is where we need to look beyond the hype and ask some tough questions.
Yeah.
Like, what precedent does this set? What message does it send? Could this lead to a future where every politician has their own coin, their own little, fiefdom in the digital economy?
Ooh, that's a scary thought.
Yeah.
But before we spiral into a dystopian future, let's get back to the mechanics of Trump coin. Like, how does this thing actually work? Is there any real substance behind the hype?
Well, on the surface, it functions like many other cryptocurrencies. It's built on a blockchain. It can be bought and sold on exchanges. And its value fluctuates based on supply and demand.
Okay, so it's not just monopoly money. There's actual tech behind it. But then what gives it value? Is it just the name Trump and the promise of those loyalty perks?
That's a big part of it, definitely. But to understand the full picture, we need to delve into how meme coins gain value in the first place. And this is where things get a bit technical.
All right, hit me with it. I'm ready to go deep.
Okay, so imagine a massive online community, like a subreddit or a Discord server, all buzzing about a particular meme coin. They share memes, they create hype, they encourage each other to buy. And this collective action creates a surge in demand, which in turn drives up the price.
So it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more people believe in it, the more valuable it becomes, regardless of any inherent value.
Precisely. And in the case of Trumpy, you have a pre-existing, highly motivated community of supporters, ready to buy in. And you add to that the FOMO, the fear of missing out on the next big thing, and you have a recipe for explosive growth.
But then that makes it super volatile, right? I mean, what happens if the hype dies down or the community loses interest?
That's the inherent risk with meme coins. They're incredibly susceptible to market manipulation, pump and dump schemes, and the whims of online trends. Today's hot meme coin could be tomorrow's digital dust.
Okay, so we've got the hype, the community, the volatility. But what about the actual technology? What's going on under the hood of this Trump coin?
Now, this is where it gets even more interesting. While most meme coins are built on existing blockchains, like Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain, there are rumors that Trumpy is leveraging a new proprietary blockchain technology.
Hold on. A brand new blockchain. That's a whole other level of ambition. But why would they go through the trouble of creating their own technology when there are perfectly good ones out there?
That's the million-dollar question. Some speculate it's about control, having complete ownership of the platform and the data. Others believe it could be a way to integrate more sophisticated features, like those loyalty perks, directly into the blockchain itself.
Okay, so there's more to this than meets the eye. We've got a meme coin with a massive following, potentially groundbreaking technology, And a whole lot of unanswered questions. It's like peeling back the layers of a digital onion, and each layer gets more intriguing and more confusing.
It certainly is intriguing. And speaking of layers, we can't forget about Melania's little adventure into the crypto world. Remember Melania? The coin she launched just days after Trumpy.
Oh, yeah. How could we forget? Although it seems like the market kind of did. While Trump was, going to the moon,
Hmm.
Melania just kind of sputtered, never gained that same momentum.
Yeah, it's a fascinating contrast, isn't it? You'd think riding the coattails of Trump's success, Melania would have at least gotten a little boost, but it stalled at a much lower market cap. There was even a dip in Trump's value right after Melania launched, which fueled all those rumors about internal competition.
Right. Like maybe they were cannibalizing each other's market share. But I think there's more to it than that. It's like trying to release a sequel to a blockbuster hit too soon. The audience might be a little burnt out. Or maybe the sequel just doesn't have the same magic.
That's a great analogy. The timing might have worked against Melania. I also think the messaging played a role, too. Trump was all about populism, you know, tapping into the people's coin sentiment.
Right, whereas Melania was geared toward funding humanitarian projects, which on the surface sounds admirable, but maybe it wasn't the right message for that particular audience.
Exactly. You've got this meme coin driven by online communities and hype, and then you attach it to something that,
Hmm.
while important,
Yeah.
doesn't exactly scream meme-worthy. It's like trying to sell a serious documentary in a comedy club.
Yeah. Plus Melania, while being the former first lady, doesn't quite have the same internet presence as her husband. She's not exactly known for sparking Twitter trends or, rallying the troops online.
And that matters in the world of meme coins. It's a lot about personality, generating buzz, and tapping into those, deep-seated emotions and loyalties. Trump had that in spades. Melania, maybe not so much.
So even with the Trump name attached, Melania might have been missing that crucial ingredient, that secret sauce that makes a meme coin go viral. It's a reminder that brand recognition alone isn't always enough in this space. You need the right message, the right timing, and the right audience, all aligned.
Absolutely. And it highlights just how much psychology plays into the value of these digital assets. It's not just about the tech or the utility, it's about perception belief and the collective emotions of a community.
Okay, so we've explored the Trump's individual crypto ventures, the highs of Trump and the lows of Melania. But let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. What does all this mean for the crypto market as a whole?
Well, for one, it's brought a lot more mainstream attention to the space. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing is debatable. On the one hand, you have more people getting interested in crypto, potentially leading to more adoption and innovation.
But on the other hand, it could also fuel the speculative bubble, leading to even more volatility and maybe even a market crash.
Exactly. And there's the concern about the increasing influence of celebrities and politicians on the market. We've seen a surge in celebrity-backed coins lately, and these often lack any real intrinsic value. They're basically digital collectibles, trading cards for the internet age.
Which can be fun, don't get me wrong, but it's a risky game to play, especially when you're dealing with real money. And when you have someone like Donald Trump, with his massive following and ability to move markets with a single tweet, launching his own coin, well, it makes you wonder about the potential for manipulation.
It certainly does. And this is where the conversation about regulation and investor protection becomes crucial. How do you prevent market manipulation when the lines between politics, celebrity, and finance are so blurred?
Right, and how do you educate people,
Hmm.
especially those new to crypto, about the risks involved? It's easy to get swept up in the hype and FOMO, but people need to understand that these meme coins, while potentially lucrative, are incredibly volatile.
Absolutely. We need more transparency, more education, and maybe even some new rules of the road for this new digital landscape,
Yeah.
because it's not going away anytime soon.
So what you're saying is buckle up, because this wild ride is just getting started. The Trumps might be the first high-profile political figures to jump into the crypto game, but they certainly won't be the last.
I think that's a safe bet. And that raises a whole other set of questions. Like, what happens when every politician has their own coin? How does that change the dynamics of campaigning, fundraising, and even voting? It's a brave new world out there, and we're just starting to explore its possibilities,
Yeah.
its potential pitfalls.
Yeah, it really is a brave new world. I have to admit, it's a little bit mind-boggling. We've gone from meme coins to market manipulation to political influence to, the potential for a whole new financial system. It feels like we've barely scratched the surface.
We have, and that's what makes it so fascinating. The Trump's crypto ventures
Yeah.
are like a window into the future. Like, we're getting a glimpse of how technology is reshaping like the very fabric of our society.
Mhm. Okay, so let's try to distill all this for our listener. We've thrown a lot of information their way. Meme coins, blockchains, market volatility, ethical dilemmas. What are the key takeaways here?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that we're witnessing like a convergence of money, power, and technology on a scale we've never seen before. The old rules are being rewritten, and the implications are huge.
So it's not just about, understanding how crypto works. It's about recognizing like the broader forces at play here, how these technologies are changing the way we think about value influence and even democracy itself.
Precisely. And that brings us to another crucial takeaway, the need for critical thinking. We can't just blindly follow the hype, whether it's coming from politicians, celebrities, or the internet at large. We need to ask questions, do our own research, and understand the risks involved.
Because this is a space that's ripe for exploitation. I mean, we've talked about the potential for market manipulation, pump and dump schemes. It's easy to get caught up in the frenzy, but it's important to remember that not all that glitters is digital gold.
Right. And that leads to another key takeaway, the importance of education. The more we understand about how crypto works, about the technology, the market dynamics, the risks, the better equipped we'll be to navigate this new landscape.
So this is a call to action for our listener. Don't just passively consume this information. Go deeper. Explore, the resources that we'll share with you. Read up on blockchain technology. Understand the difference between Bitcoin and meme coins. Learn about market trends and how to protect yourself from scams.
Yeah, knowledge is power, especially in a space as complex and rapidly evolving as crypto. The more you know, the better decisions you can make, whether you're an investor or a voter, or just someone trying to make sense of this new world.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today in this deep dive. We've explored the Trump's crypto ventures, unpacked the wild world of meme coins, and pondered, the implications for the future of finance and politics. What's the final parting thought you want to leave our listener with?
I think it's this. The story of crypto is just beginning. What we're seeing now with the Trumps, with meme coins, with all the hype and volatility, it's just the first chapter. The next few years will be crucial in determining how this technology shapes our world. Will it be a force for good, for democratizing finance, for empowering individuals? Or will it become another tool for the powerful to consolidate their wealth and influence?
That's a question we all need to grapple with, not just as investors, but as citizens. Because the future of crypto is ultimately in our hands. It's up to us to demand transparency, to hold those in power accountable, and to shape this technology in a way that benefits everyone, not just the select few.
Well said. It's an exciting, challenging, and potentially transformative time to be alive. Let's make sure we write the next chapter of the crypto story together, with our eyes wide open.
That's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride. We'll see you next time, ready to explore another corner of this ever-evolving world.